All right, this is 13th Devotee with another How I Undecember video. In this video, we're going to go over Abyss Gate stage expansion and its updates. On May 14, Undecember released its most recent patch update. This is for the Forge season of May 2026. In this update, we got a couple expansions for Abyss Gate. One of which is Abyss Gate stage expansion. Max stage of Abyss Gate has been expanded from 100 to 130. In addition to that, the Abyss Gate rewards, you now have a title exchange ticket that can be attained as a reward on floors 110, 120, and 130. All content has been reset. So gear slot upgrades have been reset, progression stages have been all reset and brought back down to zero. And after a grueling 48 hours, I was able to reach stage 100 in standard mode. Just so I can give you the update on the expansion and what comes up after 100. First off, I want to make sure I let you know that the introductory stages of Abyss Gate are still going to be the same. As for at level 30, you're going to get immune to control status effects still. I did notice that the monsters were dropping the Abyss Gate essence more frequently, but that could just be my personal experience. At level 50 stage Abyss Gate, there are still curses that you have to deal with. And when you're actually in the Abyss Gate itself, you can look at the dungeon info and see the curses that have been afflicted. Primarily, as I went through the stages, I did focus on gear upgrades for my weapon and my necklace specifically, because these pertain to damage stats specifically. Once I hit level 75, I noticed that I was more susceptible to status effects. It could have been because of the despairing difference between my defense and the monsters themselves versus them actually having an additional stat. The other thing that I did take a look at was the ring, which also provides elemental resistance. I do recommend boosting that as you go along with it because it definitely helps with elemental attacks and projectiles. As I mentioned earlier, a title exchange ticket will be available. Through a stage 110 clear, you'll receive the Witness of Abyss title. This title gives you a material drop chance of plus 5%. By conquering stage 120, you get Judge of the Abyss title. And this title will give you the Abyss Gate gear drop chance plus 4%. And finally, at stage 130, you'll receive the Overlord of the Abyss title, which gives you the Abyss Stone drop chance of plus 3%. All right, so let's get into the big differences when you hit 100 and get into stages 101 and so on and so forth. So first off, the Abyss Gate stone drop chance increases from 45% to a Abyss Gate stone drop chance of 50%. One other piece of information I noticed is when you get into 101, the monsters now have an additional plus 10 element resistance. This stays progressively all the way through to 130. That means by the time you get to 130, all the monsters will have a 300% element resistance. In addition to that, your gear slot upgrade only goes up to level 100, meaning even if you're conquering the stages above that, you can no longer boost your weapons or your gear in order for you to compensate for the stages progressive changes in the game. This will create a situation where it will become much more difficult to overcome the stages. Although it's not impossible, I do recommend completing your gear slot upgrades all to level 100 before moving further if you can help it. Also, if you didn't already notice, the unique shard selection chests are still available and are rolled over from the previous season. So you can now collect a selection chest for these specific shards, and you get one of each every 10 levels. Go from level 101 to 130, it got replaced with the titles, of course. If you weren't familiar with what those items were, it is the new unique summon season items from the Forge. Of course, are the standard versions. We have the Brilliance of Contrast, we have the Approaching Omen, Flowing Vanguard, and the Glory of Submergence. All right, so I wanted to show you guys a couple of the items that you receive by clearing the stages 1 to 100. This is kind of the drop rate Initially started off at, say, what is that? I think it was 5%, and eventually made its way to 45%. Progressively, as it got higher, I did notice I did get a couple more of the more rare stones, but majority of my dawn stones did come in when I hit levels 30 to 35. Also, since I really don't know which unique shard I should really go after, I'm going to go ahead and pop this random unique shard chest and use all 10, and hopefully you guys can see what I get. Not too bad. In addition to that, I did also acquire 80 Abyssgate clear chests. Now, in each one of these chests, it affords me the opportunity to get any one of these items here. The percentages, of course, are lower and higher. Hopefully, I don't get a string of just items. I'm really going after the Forge Abyss Stone selection chests, and I hope I pick a couple of them up during this round. I don't know what I would use them for, but crossing my fingers here. So here we go. 80 Abyssgate clear chest all in one shot. All right. We got 2 Abyss Stone selection chests, 8 Greater Jewel chests, a Tier 10 chest, a random unique shard chest, and a major jewel chest. 11 of these one-day subscriptions. I guess I might as well use them now. Let's pop that random unique shard chest. Might as well. Afro Story. I'll take it. Thanks again for watching, and check out my channel playlist in the description below. This is 13th Devotee signing out.